finally. So. I don't care about marketing.
Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Hell no. Yes, sir.
What about that college life?
Episode 300, baby. Episode 300 going down live on this beautiful Friday. Got a great show for you today. My man JCP is here with me. We're going to talk a little bit about the All-Star weekend going down in the NBA, or the joke that is the All-Star weekend. We're going to talk about the three-point contest, the slam dunk contest. And Steph Curry's so good, they gave him his own contest. Him and Sabrina are going at it. Might not talk about the game on Sunday that much because honestly, who cares and who knows? I'd be lying to you if I could tell you who the MVP would be. I mean, everybody
LeBron
does
James?
such long shot odds. LeBron James. He's plus 700. If you like it, I love it. Also, gonna break down and jump into some college hoops, of course. This is Captain by a Hook, so you know college hoops is at the forefront of this show. We got about sheesh, right about a month, about 31 days until
Wow.
32 days until Selection Sunday. Uh, doesn't seem real. A month from today, we'll be getting ready for the bracketitos, the brackets as I call them. Um, Definitely going to talk about all things college hoops with my man JCP, and then of course I have Saturday's numbered for you, baby. Got a dandy of a Saturday popping up this weekend. A lot of good games, a lot of rivalry games that really probably not going to be good, such as Michigan State. But for the fans like me, still one of the games I look forward to every year. UConn, Marquette taking off. I mean, just the battle. Every conference is coming down to the wire. We're gonna break down a few of those conferences, see which teams we would throw some money on, see which teams we believe in long term as well, meaning going into March, whether it's the conference tournament or the big dog tournament. But anyway, without further ado, do. This is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful Friday, the 16th of February, and once again, this is the 300th episode, baby. Hope everybody is doing good out there. I still can't find this. I'm glad you texted to me. My man, Jaden Chandler Parnell. You can find him on YouTube
300?
at the JC Pod. Hey, we got there, baby.
Yeesh.
I don't know
Shout
how,
out, man.
but we got there.
That's crazy. 300, man. The next big milestone now is that good old 500. We don't care about 400.
No, it's true. It's true. I didn't really celebrate 200 too much. It was like I celebrated 100. Now I'm
Odd
excited about
numbers.
300. It
You're an odd
is.
number
I
guy.
did like 250 though. I felt like all right. We got a quarter of a way to 1,000.
Oh, that's
To
crazy.
a thou wow.
1K. Wild. No, that's weird, man. I'm doing good, man. Just weird. No NFL action this weekend. First true weekend of waking up like, damn. Ain't no football Sunday.
Hey,
All hoops. That's all we're about now. All hoops till March.
and then you got the NBA
And then we go
playoffs, baby.
mad. That is true. I won't lie. I think I'm still in on NBA playoffs. I don't know how you feel about it. I think I'm still in.
That's all. Yeah. It's
First
the
round,
the
I'll
thought
admit,
of.
kind.
I like the first round the most. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, really?
The
First round's when I
thought the
start to
thought of
finally
the
get
NBA
to win.
playoffs are always more exciting than the NBA playoffs to me, though.
That's very true. I did find myself like, damn, I'm gonna watch the NBA playoffs probably again this year and have fun. But then it's always like the first round. I'll watch like a game or two and be like, I just want to wait till the finals. I don't know. It's just weird.
I like the when the 8 seed, 7. I don't like the play-in tournament. I feel like that kind of ruined it. Cause now you got the 8 seed and 7 seed having to
Oh
play an
yeah,
extra game, just getting weaker and weaker for the first seed.
yeah, yeah. I think the only position I was about to say the only places I think are really kind of bones is like the kind of the 7 seed because 8 seed you always expect to pretty much lose anyway. But obviously the one game does hurt. But it's not that 7 seed that's to play again for no reason. At least they only got to play the one and get out. But yeah, the play-in tournament is kind of meh. I'll admit.
Yeah, I
Gives
don't
you an
like
extra excuse not to have to play as much because then you can just be like, we'll just maybe get hot in the play-in.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out to
don't
the
like
NBA
it.
though.
I know why they did it. To get
Hmm.
players like Zion and Ja Morant in the playoffs, and then Ja Morant ended up being good. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
this weekend I can't really find odds, and I ain't gonna lie, the pictures you send me, I can't read. I can read them, but I gotta zoom in.
Yeah, that's what I did it just so like you can get it all on one screen. There's no better way to get them all on one screen. So I
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
went through the yeah, it's tough. No, I won't lie. My favorite, kind of off the bat, without even looking, kind of like Tyrese Halliburton at 450 a little bit. He went. He has a he has an interesting jump shot. I'll admit. I watch his jump shot sometimes. It's like, how do you develop it like that? It just feels weird. But I won't lie. That thing is nice.
yeah.
And there's a whole
He's
strategy. Sorry, I was trying to think of what I was going to say about the rack. There's a whole strategy to the rack and everything. He was explaining on the show, on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, how there's some guys who like turn and grab and all that. He kind of rolls with his finger, he'll grab the ball, roll the next one with his fingers, shoot, grab, roll the next one with his fingers, get it up. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It's like, oh, so he has like a whole on stretch, like grabbing the balls and everything. And I don't see Steph Curry in this competition. So I ain't gonna lie, I don't know about
Steph
you.
Curry has his own competition with Sabrina, but yeah,
Yeah,
Tyrese Halliburton, man, the second favorite at plus 450. You got Dame Lillard at plus 390 at the top of the
don't
board.
mind him either.
Trey Young, baby,
Eh,
plus
I know how you feel
550.
about Trey.
And Malik Beasley, never heard of him, but he is plus 650. And then you got a big guy who can't shoot, Carl Anthony Towns, plus 700. And then Donovan Mitchell, who I never looked at as a 3-point shooter, at plus 750. Jalen Brunson, who I think he's sneaky. I can see him getting hot. I can see him not. He's plus 750. And then you got some guy named Laurie
Boy.
Markkinen in for the Utah Jazz, which, correct me if I'm
Oh,
wrong,
Lori.
they've never even heard of Jazz in Utah. But Laurie Markkinen's plus 800. You would go with Halliburton at plus 450. I feel like
I
that's the
think that
last guy I would go with, especially after you told me he's rolling balls with his fingers and thinking about how he's going to grab them instead of how he's going to shoot it.
hey, he's obviously thinking about how he's going to shoot too. But I just feel like there's a whole strategy to it. I kind of like. I mean, last year he looked really good. I can't remember who won it last year. It might have been him. I want to say.
I
There was
doubt it.
somebody.
I
There's
don't
somebody who
know.
did. I can't
I
remember.
doubt
You just trashing my boy, huh? No, I truly
it.
don't.
That's
I
your
just like
boy.
the way. Nah, his Pacers boy. Now the way I just look at it is like I don't want to pick Markkinen. I don't want to pick Cat. Don't really like Donovan Mitchell. Brunson's probably not a bad option. For sure, not taking Trey Young. Blake Beasley. I have no issue with him. I just don't. I just don't think so. So pretty much it comes down to me is Dame, Tyrese, and Jalen Brunson. I might not even bet this to be real. I don't know. If it came down to it though, that's why I just ended up liking Halliburton. I'm like plus 450 isn't horrible.
Nah, Dame Lillard actually won it last year.
Oh, that is right. You're right. Now I remember. I wrote an article on that shit. Now that you said it, now that I immediately remember. Oh yeah, I did write about that. I know. Shout out Dame trying to go back to back.
Yeah, honestly,
I think
that's
he
for
played
for
Halliburton in the last round. I think that's what it was.
my money would be on Dame or Brunson. Strictly as a fan. Dame Lillard's one of my
I
favorite players of all time, and Brunson, that guy's rocking a Knicks jersey. What can
shout
I
out
say?
Dame, man.
I got that old school loyalty in me.
Oh yeah. Hey, speaking of NBA, I'll say it. I got Tibbs to win Coach of the Year. He might do something. That team might end up getting like a 2 seed or something like that, especially Joel Embiid out. I don't want to tell anybody to bet anything, but that might be a little dark horse thing to go after. A little 10 to win 250, a little plus 25 to 1 odds.
Hey, I ain't mad at it. I will tell you this. As a Knicks fan, I cannot
He
stand
runs
the
your players to
Knicks.
the grounds. I know he runs your players to the grounds. It's kind of ridiculous, but
Not only that, he don't play young players, so we don't develop nobody. Bro,
fine.
the Knicks had a stretch of like 3 seasons with some of the best draft picks, according to me, coming out of
Don't
college.
play him.
And I haven't seen one of them. I mean, you saw Obi Toppin, how he just rode the bench for 3 years. They had a
Now he's
guy
a
named
baller in
Miles.
Indiana.
Yeah, they had a guy named Miles Powell. I mean, bro, you starting Taj Gibson over Obi Toppin?
I was about to say, why would you start with Todd when you got Taj Gibson? I hope you know. I like there's a 10, 11. I think it was like the 10, 11, 11, 12 Bulls team in 2K. Always they always started Taj Gibson small forward for some reason. I hope you know every single game. 5 seconds of the game, I'm fouling my buddy subbing out Taj Gibson for somebody else. Happened every single game. So I can't understand why in 2024 Taj Gibson is playing over Obi Toppin. No, I know he's not now, but it is. I'll admit that boy Tibbs does make some questionable decisions.
But he was last year. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you got Miles Powell that I've never even seen in the Knicks jersey that got drafted by the Knicks, just sat in the G League for 3 seasons. I forget who else, but it was 3 or 4 players. The Knicks, and I'm sure it was all because of Tibbs. He was like, "Nah,
Tibbs loves his guys,
I'm not playing no young cats. I
even
need
though
me some
everybody
guys
else
who's
in
gonna
the league
play
is.
defense." Talks like the fucking Bane from Batman. I love the results from Tibbs, but I just hate the process.
Yeah, I could agree. He just does. Just from the outside looking in, it does seem kind of like, man, I can see why some fans get angry with him. Like, that's basically, imagine if the Heat just didn't play Hami Hakas.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, basically what he does. That's basically what he's doing. Like, imagine if the Heat just didn't play who might be one of their best players right now. It's just wild to think about. Tyler Hero, we wouldn't see him. Like, the Heat are the complete opposite of it. They basically are damn near living on their young guys.
I know. He don't give them a
And
chance to
look,
develop. He's just like, no, they were trash in practice. They'll never see the game.
boy went, I saw him go 4 for 5 from the corner. I need 5 for 5.
He didn't get
Shout
back
out,
on defense fast enough.
hey, shout out Tibbs, though, for real. He does have a chance to actually win the award. I don't know what what it actually looks like now, but
Nah, he's still 25 to 1. I just looked at it.
I don't know who the favorite is, though. I think it might be the Utah Jazz guy, I want to say.
Whoever Mark Danganalt is.
Mark Danganol. Who the hell does he coach for? Can't think of it. Mark. Oh, that might be the. Is that the Thunder guy? That might be the Thunder guy. Because I feel like the Thunder coach is always the coach I forget. So that sounds like a name I would forget.
Yeah, that's the Thunder coach.
Daganol. Daganol. Yeah, no, I won't lie. The Thunder are balling this year. He might. I think he probably has a really good chance of winning it. But I think Tibbs
No,
as a
but he
dark
didn't
horse
even. It's
spot
not
in
even
the
because
East.
of coaching. It's because you got some young studs that you giving minutes to.
Hella
But
young talent.
I like it. I love it. He's plus 190 at the top of the board. Chris
Okay,
Finch.
I'll give it. OKC is the opposite of also what the Knicks is. I mean, OKC is all young guys pretty much. I mean, look at them. Look how good they're doing.
Nah, yeah, it makes sense. Let's get a young core and let them grow together. Oh, never thought of that one. Tibbs is like,
Right?
no, give me Derrick Rose. Give me Taj Gibson.
Where's Jimmy Butler? Kyle Korver. Pretty much playing with the 2012 team.
Right. See if J Kidd will come out of retirement. I need somebody to run the point. What?
Joakim Noah.
Dude, he
Shout
had
out
Joakim
Joakim
Noah on the
Noah.
Knicks too. That's what's hilarious.
I know it's crazy when you watch him. I think he even had him on the Timberwolves when he coached the Timberwolves. Like he loves his guys, man. He has a hard on for that 2010 to 20 like 13.
Yeah. He's like, hey, as long as I got a job, you got a job. So,
Yeah, that's literally pretty much. It's like, hey Rose, I got you, baby. Yeah, Rose damn near followed him everywhere he went. Taj Gibson followed him everywhere he went. I mean, there's a few guys that are like, man, they were attached to the hip.
sheesh, Jamaican me
Shout out Tibbs.
crazy, man. But shout out to the Knicks, man. This is the first year as a Knicks fan my entire life that they've actually made moves that I thought were good moves.
They're sixth to win the finals right now, like in odds. And yeah,
Yeah.
I just like what you said, they've made a lot of good moves this year. OG Anunoby, Even though trading Obi Toppin away probably sucked, I think they are getting some good benefit out of it, right? Or they even trade him?
Yeah. Oh no, I think
I'm
they
trying
just
to think.
got rid of him.
Sorry, it was the other two they traded. Who was it? RJ Barrett and
Yeah, Rowan Alexander
what was it?
Barrett
They got
and
four OG. Yeah.
Emmanuel Quickly. Which I ain't gonna
Yeah, that
lie,
they got for OG.
I wish we could have kept Quickly off the bench, but
I'll admit, even then, like they're still playing like for that OG trade. I mean, as much as they gave up, like it's been really, really effective for them. It seems like the whole team seems like they got the right nucleus. Like even though they aren't as young.
we just picked up. Fuck, who would we pick up, bro? Bobanovic.
Oh, Boga. Oh, yeah, Bogey. That was a huge pickup. That's what I couldn't think. That's who I couldn't think of is Bogey. Yeah, that
No,
was
we picked
insane
up
to see them.
somebody else
Oh,
too. I gotta remember this because I was
because that
excited.
was there was some. He was somebody that a lot of the podcasters I've been listening to, and a lot of the shows I listen to that are like big on the NBA are like, yeah, like Bogey's going to be a good shooter for somebody. Him and Bruce Brown were like the two names that were getting thrown out a lot.
Bruce. No, I'm playing. Shout out Bruce Brown, man. Never seen him do anything good, but yet he's always in the mix, playing on good
That boy
teams
Jokic,
in the
the
playoffs.
Jokic effect.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. When we picked up Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks, brought Burks back. I like that shit, man.
Another Tibbs guy. Actually, I have no idea if Burks is a Tibbs guy or not. But yeah, no, the Knicks have a really good shot, man. Truthfully, it's going to be come down. It's going to probably come down to another fun potential next Heat series. Wouldn't be shocked if
Man,
they end up meeting again.
I still owe you $50 from last year.
we're like NBA. We're just kicking or NFL. We're just kicking the can down the road. It's like we'll pay the piper eventually.
Yeah.
Like salary tax. Ooh, we'll move that to next year. Here, have a bonus.
Man, do you think Sabrina has a chance against Stefan?
I won't lie. Is she using a woman's ball? I'm assuming so. And if she's shooting from the women's 3-point line, I think she has a legit shot potentially. Man, I'm not gonna be the one to bet against Steph Curry, but
Like, why'd they pick her?
I think because she is one of the best. I mean, I won't lie, if they would have picked Caitlin Clark, woo! I think that's why they didn't. I think they don't want Steph Curry to get beat, or they would have picked Caitlin Clark.
Ha!
By the way, I meant to start off the show. With that real quick. Shout out to Caitlin Clark, man. That was the way she did it too. Right away, dropped like 30 in the first quarter. I mean, that girl different. Honestly,
Nah,
I forgot to bring that up.
she's a true hooper, man. She's an inspiration to me,
Water.
to many other young ladies around the world.
I mean, she truly is inspirational. Without like, they talk about transcendency. She is starting to become transcendent, damn near. She's not even in the WNBA yet, but hey, you know what? Here's something crazy. She goes to WNBA. Guess who has the first pick? Indiana Fever. Your boy gonna start going to WNBA games now.
But I used to love WNBA games. Believe it or not,
Fendi
and
was an hour away.
this is gonna be like a backhand compliment. But believe it or not, they're so cheap. I used to love it.
Yeah,
$25
and
gets you floor seats back in the day. I used to go sit. I would sit next to Daniel Gibson. I don't know if you remember him. He used to play with the Cavs. Uh,
oh, that's dope. That's actually really
I
dope.
sat next to him a few
Yeah,
games, bro, in Houston back when they had the Houston Comets, and I was in high school. But I used to, bro, in the summertime, I go get me 2 floor seat tickets. Me and the homie just go sit there
man.
and bro, I used to stalk Candace Wiggins. Shout out to Candace Wiggins, my high school crush, aka favorite player of all time. She waved at me
I
once.
mean,
Thought I had a real
part.
chance at 16.
That was the day. It's like I'm bagging. No, for real though, NBA. I'll admit, like, yeah, it is so cheap. I mean, it's starting to go on the up and up now. Some of these big names, like, I bet you ain't gonna be able to get no $25 courtside ticket for Caitlin Clark. Indiana
Nah,
Fever
yeah.
tickets are about to go whoop
Yeah,
because of
even when
that.
I lived in Phoenix, bro, Brittany Grinder and Danny Taurasi, them tickets wasn't as cheap as Houston was, but it was still a bunch of bang for your buck too. You get a professional basketball game. I mean, I went to Mercury playoff games when they played against the Sparks, all kind of stuff. I used to
Yeah,
love. That's the one thing I miss about moving back home. They ain't got no baseball and they ain't got no WNBA. Used to go to a lot of
man,
baseball and WNBA games, man.
that's what's crazy about Indiana. We don't got hockey. Well, I guess we got like a minor league hockey team. We don't got hockey and we don't got baseball. We just got two minor league teams. It's just that's so weird to how like the some cities like obviously we don't have 50 teams in every league, but it's so weird like how this like you said your city doesn't have those two things. This doesn't have that. This
Yeah.
town this city doesn't have that. It's just wild how it works. I was trying to look up that whole timer stats, but I wasn't able to find it. I think realistically, though, Sabrina Ionescu, I think she has a shot, obviously, but I don't know, man. I haven't watched any of her games enough to make it. You can all bet on people to make shots in a row. Like you can bet on Steph to make 8 shots in a row plus 155. That's interesting. I did not know that was a thing. Total shots from the starry range. You can bet on that from both of them. Yeah, I don't know. I would think probably though. I would probably just stick with Steph and keep it safe. I mean, it's hard to bet against the best shooter of all time.
Check this out. You got Curry, 2-time 3-point contest champion, getting called out by Sabrina after she
I
recorded
do remember that.
37 points out of a possible 40. She went damn near automatic.
Oh yeah. Now that you say that, I do kind of. I didn't know she went 37 for 40. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Like, how stupid as it sounds, like you say that. Now I remember last year, all those competitions, like, oh, yeah. I'm telling you, man, NBA, the second the NFL starts, all the basketball is just like shovel, throw it back, we'll grab it in a minute. No,
Yeah,
I didn't know she went 37 for 40. I remember she had a good round. I didn't realize it was 37 for 40. That's why she called out Steph Curry then. Yeah,
yeah,
plus 176. Hey,
she was feeling herself.
she might actually then. I mean, she's younger than him, too. So it wouldn't be craziest if the new generation beat the old generation. But yeah, no, I'm Ugh. Plus 176. That ain't bad. I ain't gonna lie. That ain't bad.
Nah, man. I mean, hell, they both can shoot.
Shooters shoot.
Sabrina, what school she went to? I remember her
Oregon.
from. Yeah,
Like
the
green and yellow. Green and gold.
Oregon. I know. I was about to say Baylor. I swear to God.
Yep. Damn near same colors.
Yeah.
Man. Shout out to NBA, man, doing their thing. This is probably Adam Silver did say this was their Super Bowl, pretty much, with how big and festive it is. So
Yeah,
could be a fun weekend.
that's how dumb they are. They don't look at their championship as their championship.
Well, he said that because of the neutral site aspect of it of bringing people in. I have no. He might be right. You might be right though about the championship thing, but I thought he just meant it because like NFL's neutral site, while the NBA is like home and home.
Nah, I get it. It's
But
like where all the festivities go. This is where all the celebrities show up at.
yeah,
It's
you might be right though about that. They might care about their All Star game slightly more than they do their NBA Finals. I would not be shocked at all. That would not surprise me at all.
yeah. I mean, we heard all the shit last year. They was mad about the NBA final. I forgot who even made it, but it was like, oh, we don't have the Celtics. I forgot who made it. Do you remember who played in the finals last year?
Are you trying to be an asshole?
Nah, I know the Heat made it, but I don't know who else made it.
The Nuggets. The Nuggets
Oh
beat them
yeah,
4-1.
yeah.
Waxed them boys. I thought you were
Yeah.
trying to rub it in, man. I was heartbroken, man.
No, I really wasn't. I ain't gonna lie.
Nuggets
Until,
are too
until I
good.
said Celtics, I was like, oh yeah, the Heat beat the Celtics, but I don't remember who came out the
The
West.
Celtics were going to lose to the Nuggets anyway, so it's not like it mattered. I mean, it would have been
Oh
4-2.
yeah,
It would have 4-1, maybe.
but
I
that's what I'm
mean,
saying. They mad about the shit. They not celebrate. Like they don't celebrate it like
yeah.
the Super Bowl celebrated. It's like, oh, here's the finals.
Of course, the Heat make it. The Heat are going to get waxed, not realizing like, hey, Denver's just good, man. Yeah. It's NBA is kind of wild. I think their ratings have gone down. They're the only. It's weird. They're the only company whose ratings are going down. Yeah, all these companies are like throwing in their YouTube numbers, their TikTok numbers, everything. Like, hey, we're all going up, and somehow the NBA is like, nope, we're going down. Actually, it's like, why did you announce that? They're like, we're going down, but we're on the up. It's like everyone else is actually going up. Just lie. Just
Yeah.
lie. Shout out Adam Silver for being human for that, though. But yeah, you can lie to us every once in a while.
I mean, you take away. It's a league with. I don't even. We ain't gotta get.
There's a social media generation. They're the social media league now. They are the biggest social media league when it comes to all that. I mean, it's crazy. You can catch up on a game in five minutes watching highlights on Twitter, and that's what the NBA is until pretty much playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
who wants to sit there and watch a full game of people doing? And I hate to excuse my French. People doing trash ass that you see in the parking lot, just on an NBA court.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're damn near right. It's not fun to. Some of these games aren't fun to watch. Like, I'll admit, it's not like it's just the pace is weird. The pace feels off. There's no defense that's allowed to be played. There's like horrible calls when it comes to like just rewarding offensive players for doing some stuff. There's just some games that legit become borderline unwatchable. I'll admit the NBA has gotten better with some of it, especially with the take foul aspect of it. Because oh my god, when they had the take foul stuff before they had that, I mean, it was literally unwatchable. If you try to get a fast break foul, just reset the ball, kill all momentum and everything. I mean, they just need to figure out their game. I hate to say it, like we mentioned it yesterday when we were talking amongst ourselves. We don't have to go on that big rant because we probably talked about it for 40 minutes. But sometimes you don't need to change the game. NBA needs to change themselves. They need to figure out some stuff. And it's not like rules and stuff like that. I mean, slightly it is rules, but they just need to figure out how to get the game better. Because it feels like they're just missing something. I don't know what it is. Is it having schemes? I think they have schemes, obviously, because it's
I'm
the
gonna tell you
biggest
what
league
it
in the game.
is. They
But
changed the rules to where you cannot play defense. You
exactly,
put your
and they
hand
bring
on
back
somebody's
defense.
hip when they try to back you down, it's a foul. So now you gotta just stand there and look like a dumbass while they do all these dribble moves and go around you. It you take away defense, you take away the competitiveness. You thinking that highlights
Yes,
and big plays are gonna draw fans. On Twitter, yes. Oh, let me see this dunk. But then you watch the highlight, even the highlight's not exciting because three people just let him
right.
go right by him. He carried and traveled on the way to the rim. They just need to get
A
their
lot cooler
quarterback
when
right.
Kobe. Yeah, a lot cooler when you're watching like Kobe yam on two people, like that play when he went up against the Nets, where he's literally like running through two people, like yamming it, kind of wobbling, all that, barely getting off the ground. Like that's the shit people want to see. We don't want to see somebody get blown by, and then the two defenders just sit there like this with their hands behind their back as they get windmilled on, and then
Yeah.
like celebrating like during the gallery. But no, I mean, like I'll admit the NBA has gotten better, but overall there is the lack of defense in the league is a massive problem. Yes, I understand they play defense,
It's
but it
crazy
ain't
too, because
defense.
no, yeah. We could take it a step further. Like they don't analytics has killed almost every sport. I think it's killed the NBA the most. Instead of looking at what a
Yes.
player can do all around, they just look at his shooting numbers. Can he hit threes at
Oh my
37% or
god.
higher? If not, what do we need his defense for?
Exactly. It's like sometimes like you just need a rebounding bit. A rebound. I mean, that's what sucks. Those guys don't exist anymore. The three or the four that would come in just like rebound and can occasionally make some mid ranges and all that. Like that doesn't exist anymore.
The
Yeah.
Brandon Basses, the Reggie Evans, the
Oh my God, Reggie Evans, that boy, the Quincy Aces of the world. Like those people don't exist anymore. Where it's like, hey, we just need. I will lie, Minnesota last night had a guy like that. That was awesome to watch. I just love it. They literally have a guy 6'11", 290, former offensive lineman. He's just coming in to bang bodies and rebound. That's all he's in there for. He scored 2 points. The whole bench erupted. I mean, that sucks. That's the part of the game that like the
yeah,
Udama Sanogo. Like that guy should be somewhere in the NBA because of just how well he rebounds and all that. But they give up all the rebounding for the like you said, the analytical shooting numbers and all that. That's what I think it's killed. Like I said, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's killed the game a lot because now you're seeing. This is not me talking shit, by the way, because I get you got to make a million to play their dreams. I'm not taking away from them. We're seeing a lot of skinny boys that shoot threes, got no muscle on a bunch of string beans, no muscle, just pulling threes,
the fact that
and there's like
Washington
no inside game.
Wizards have Jordan Poole instead of John Wall is says it all. Even at this age, John Wall is a better player than Jordan Poole will ever be.
Yeah, Jordan Poole has a ring, remember, so it's like it's complete. He came out and said that too. It's a mentality thing too. I'm not gonna lie. We don't need to go on that aspect either. It's man, this is supposed to be the
Boy
NBA's
said
weekend. We're just trashing it.
that boy said my legacy. Nah, I mean this is their weekend. This is what they want. This is all they want. They don't give a damn about the playoffs. They don't give a damn about the product. This is what they want. They want you to show up and watch guys you never heard of do slam dunk contests. Let's get into the slam dunk contest real quick, and then we could jump into the damn some college hoops. I just want to list these names. I don't even care if we say anything else. Jalen Brown,
High
Jaime
flyer.
Jaquez Jr.
I'll admit that one caught me off guard, even though he's my boy. That one caught me off guard.
I love Jaime Jaquez. I don't think I've
Love
ever
him.
seen him dunk. Mac McClung.
The former winner. At least that's a guy who cares about it and really wants to play in there. So shout out Mac.
That's his only chance to get on the NBA court.
Oh yeah, shout out my boy. White
And then
boy with
who's the
hop.
other one? Jacob Toppin.
Yeah, I think Obi's little brother. Which I won't lie, I can't believe he's in the league already. I thought he was still in college. That was the one where I'm like, damn, he's in the league. It's hilarious. So we'll go down the list. I'll get just to be funny. Matt McClung, I looked at him. It's like, all right, former winner, whatever. That's pretty cool. We see Hame. I'm like, Hame can dunk like that. All right, cool. That's sweet. Then you see Jalen Brown's like, shout out superstar, shout out superstar. And then yeah, funny. Jacob is like, wait, the brother's in the league already? That was legit my reaction to the NBA dunk contest. Like shit.
He's in the
I think
G
Jalen
League.
Brown's gonna win it. I think it's either gonna be Jalen Brown or McClung. I hate to say it. Love Hame. love Toppin. I don't even know if they stand a chance. I would love to see what Toppin can do, but I just feel like name wise, I just feel like the NBA is a big name thing. So all of a sudden, those two immediately are already like down like 10, 20 points without even entering the contest.
Nah, I mean, I hope I see how many Jaquez just go up there and do a vertical two-hand cockback.
Runs it off the backboard, 2-hand cockback. Bro, I just like I'm not. This is not me dissing Hame because he's like 6'7". Maybe it's because he's 6'7". I thought he didn't have hops like that. That's his whole thing. It's like I knew he could jump, but I didn't know he could jump. That's why I'm like, damn, he's on the 3. Like I thought he was like maybe like the 46th option. They're like, damn, I guess we can call him.
Nah,
Like
I
you're
mean, I
telling me,
think
like
that's
no
what
offense to Hame
happens.
Hockhead, there's nobody else that wants to join the dunk contest. I mean, shout out to Hame for real. I want to see what he does, and I hope he sees the clip, and then he wins the dunk contest. I'll come out and brag. I'll buy a jersey on the spot. I just don't.
Bro, Jaime Jaquez has made more money for me than almost any player ever in
How long
college
have we been talking
basketball.
about him? Like 3 years. I think
Yeah.
I've been talking about him since like he's been his last 2 years at UCLA. Like I love that boy.
I fell
I
in
just
love
didn't know
with
he
him
could
in
dunk.
2021. Nah, that's what I'm saying. This is crazy to me. Like, he's one of my favorite players of all time. Did not know he could jump out the damn gym.
Yeah, no, that boy got some bounce. I'm ready to see it. Yeah, no, I couldn't tell you who the hell is going to win that. I don't think they got odds out because I think Jalen Brown's going to win it.
And that's crazy to me. Because I ain't trying to talk trash. Jalen Brown is the most unathletic person I've ever seen. As far as coordinated. Like, I know he can jump and he's like athletic, but I don't think he has it like in a box yet. I think he's still like, whoa, I didn't even know I could. How did I do that?
I will admit there were. I think this year, from what I've heard from my Celtics person I follow, he's gotten a little bit better with that. But yeah, there were some times it felt like he kind of surprised himself with what he can do still.
I know.
Hey, shout out the boy from Cal, man.
The fact that he's one of the highest paid players in the league will forever be.
That's the new rule. That new rule is insane. Like literally because he made an All Pro team. Like, all right, we owe you $350 now. Here you go. They don't even hesitate. Like they don't even. It's either you let him walk, somebody else pays him $350, or you just pay him free $350. The NBA is ridiculous. These teams just don't blink to hand out money.
I know, bro. And
Like damn, for a league that's in a decline, how are you getting all this money? Contracts are going up, but the league's in decline. Makes you wonder. Like Dame, Dame's gonna make what? 45 million next year? 50, 60 million?
That's crazy.
Like, god damn. What you need all that money for? You're in Milwaukee. They ain't shit to do up there.
I remember when good.
I drove by that city.
It was like 4 years, 25 million. Now it's like here's 40 million a year to a 6-man of the year.
To play 50 games. Man, like as much as I love Jimmy Butler's making like 25 million. Basically, prep for the playoffs all year at this point. Love him to death. But they're just paying him to prep for the playoffs at this point. It's wild how some teams work because, like, obviously, like the Hornets can't pay that many people. Meanwhile, there's people like the Lakers that are paying LeBron an $50 million. Can't pay the rest of the roster. It is wild. The way the NBA works is wild, honestly. How different, like the guy number. I understand the NFL is kind of like that too if you go from team to team, but just on every team, if you did the average NFL team versus the average, I would say NBA team, 1 to 13 is ridiculous when it comes to that price range. It's just wild.
Man, you said it best. Wild for sure. Let's jump over to the college hoops. I got a few questions for you. I'm only gonna stick to the big conferences. We ain't gotta run through the little stuff.
Yeah.
We got about a month left in this season, about 3 weeks, honestly, until really about 5, 6 games. 3 weeks until conference tournaments start. Um, let's start with the ACC, baby, basketball country. To win the conference right now, the regular season conference, you got North Carolina as the favorites at minus 290. You got Duke right behind them at plus 240, and then Virginia 15-1, and then Wake Forest 110-1. Would you just ride
I'd
them?
rather take Wake than Virginia.
Yeah.
Man. No, I won't lie. Virginia pissed me off the other day. Who'd they lose by 7? Held Miami to 38, get 70 dropped on them by Pitt. Worst home loss in how many years? No, I seeing that, it's just like, damn, it ain't Virginia.
But listen to this: Virginia's a
Oh,
10-4. You got Duke at 10-3, UNC at 11-3, and then Wake
I
Forest is all the way
know.
down there at 8-5.
I know how damn close it is. That's what pisses me off. It's like, man, I want to give them no shot, but they realistically have a chance. I would want to say I want to ride with UNC, but they've been rough these last few games. So it makes me. I would just if you want to take the money, I would probably take Duke, but I just UNC has to figure it out at some point and get back on track. I mean, they already had what a 3-4 game skid. It gets much
Uh,
worse, and yeah, they're in danger.
yeah, they've had a pretty rough 3 weeks since
Lost
beating
to
Duke.
Syracuse, lost to some other team. They lost to somebody else at home. That's pretty bad. Kind of embarrassing. Clemson lost to Clemson at home. Uh,
That was embarrassing.
man,
That was definitely embarrassing.
yeah, I don't know. I won't lie to you. This league, because of how close it is, I think anything is obviously possible. I would just probably stick with UNC because the volatility of all these teams. Like I won't. I've seen all these teams play a bad game, so it's like it's been bad games where it's like I don't even think that. Like I think Duke would get the lead for 1 second. I could see them choking it because they get nervous because of Duke, and that's just because like I've watched them this year. Like there's been some games where they get the lead and all of a sudden they act like they don't know what to do, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I
Duke
would probably just lean UNC, but
Duke
I
hosts
just
UNC the last game of the season.
ooh, that's gonna be. I'm damn near might be for conference, honestly. 'Cause, yeah, I won't lie to you. I'm probably not taking Virginia or Wake, so I'd leave it at Duke, UNC. Whoever you think's gonna choke the least out of those two, I'd probably just lean with them.
You got North Carolina hosting Virginia Tech tomorrow. Then they go to Virginia next Saturday. And then they have Miami, North Carolina State, Notre Dame, and then they got to finish the season off at Duke.
That's a tough schedule. You said it was North Carolina.
Yeah, that's North Carolina's schedule. Duke
Man,
goes to Florida State tomorrow, and then they have Miami, Wake Forest, Louisville, Virginia, North Carolina State before North
holy
Carolina.
shit! I hate to say it, schedule wise, it sounds like Duke's probably gonna end up stealing this from the last second.
That's what it feels like. I got a few tickets on Duke from before the season. I doubled down on Duke on Monday. Uh, I'm in a few good positions, man. I like Duke position. I think if they could they just need to get. It's 11-3 and 10-3. They could I mean, I don't know. I think they got a shot though. They won 3 in a row. They're getting hot.
They go
And
what like 4-1, and then UNC goes 3-2. Division's theirs pretty much, and I think that's realistically possible with how hard UNC's schedule is versus Duke's.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Duke. All they got to do is get up for Virginia, really, and they're at
Yeah, and
home.
UNC has to get up
Virginia sucks
for
on the road.
yeah. They suck at home too, apparently. Goddamn Pitt, unbelievable. That's a better talking. Goddamn it! Finally bet on Virginia. They just get that shit waxed against Pitt. Pitt.
Hey, Pittsburgh's a good team, man. Don't sleep on
How'd that boy
Pittsburgh.
Heinsohn? I think it's Heinsohn, Helson, whoever it is. The boy with the
Yeah,
headband. Oh,
that
that
boy,
boy a
all right.
dog. That boy's pretty nice.
Yeah, he's pretty nice. I just gotta call him all right because we beefing, but
Yeah,
he wanna start fights against Syracuse. But Pittsburgh's a good team. I think if those twins they got could ever just get in the workout room before they graduate, they'll be a
any
great team.
boys?
But check this out. Virginia, they're only one game, they're a half a game back. They got Wake Forest, Virginia Tech this next week. And then they do have to play North Carolina at home, Boston College, go on the road to Duke, and then finish off against Georgia Tech team, who we both know can be feisty as hell. I think Duke is the best bet right now at plus 240. Any of these teams, North Carolina, Duke, or Virginia, or Wake Forest even, you think could go long term into the tournament, Elite Eight, Final Four?
Um, Virginia's defense, I think, can carry them pretty well. I mean, they finally had one bad defensive game against Pitt, and that's the only thing that sucks. Their defense fails them. I don't know if they're scoring over 60. It feels like some nights. So that's what scares me about them. Duke has a lot. Duke and North Carolina both have a lot of talent. I realistically think they can. It's just going to come down to the defensive end. All of a sudden, North Carolina has gone from I think they're ranked like top 5, top 10 in the defense. The last few weeks they're ranked like 130th or
Yeah.
something like that. So they figure out that. I think North Carolina probably has the best chance to go there. I feel like Duke's a little young. I ain't gonna call players for painting their fingernails or anything. But I heard a comment that like I probably made me not like the teams, but I probably shouldn't. There was one guy who painted his nails on another team that was playing a guy on Duke, and he's like, I just want you to let him know that my nails are painted better than his. And like I said, I'm not gonna be one. You do you. I'm not gonna say anything about that. But I heard that comment. It's like, all right, I won't lie. I got a good crack out of me. I'm not gonna diss anybody. You do your own thing. Whatever you do your thing. But legit, he's like, just let him know my nails are painted better than his. The first thing announcer goes like, well, you can't let him know that you did it for him. That's just basically copying. I'm like, that's probably the politically correct answer to say, but I thought it was hilarious. Because then they zoomed in, like, yeah, sure enough, one guy had his nail painted black and blue, another guy had like a money sign on it and one. They were all clear. It's like what money sign on? Why are we talking about nails? It's like, what is going on? I just thought it was hilarious. Like literally in the middle of a college basketball game, like talking about guys passing nails. Shout out the sideline. Shout out the sideline. Always giving us great information. Sideline reports. I swear, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to go on a tangent. Sometimes those sideline reports just say some of the dumbest shit.
Hey,
It's just like, what does it add to the game? Like, yeah, Tom, I watched him. He was talking to his teammates. He's really, really fired up there. It's like, yeah, he scored a touchdown. No shit, he's fired up. Like, I don't know. I don't want to diss him.
I think he'll be ready for the next drive.
Like, don't. They actually do give out good information too, and I don't want to diss them because they are very important. But man, there's sometimes there's at least like I would say 2 out of 6, 7 times where it's just like, I don't think I need to know that. But yeah, that was the Duke guy. So I'm gonna take North Carolina. I don't lie. That Duke guy is kind of nice though. So even though I did kind of diss him there, that boy is kind of nice. I won't shout out his name though, but that boy kind of nice. Keyword kinda.
Let's jump over to the Big 12 real quick. Which team do you trust the most? You got Houston, Iowa
Not
State,
Kansas.
both at 8-3. I'm with you on that one. Then you got Baylor and Texas Tech, both at 7-4, and then Kansas at 7-5. Man, long term
Kansas has
thinking,
been having a rough year.
I know you look up, they're only 19-6, 13-0 at home. They just can't seem to get a road win. 2-5
They got
on
no
the
depth.
road. Yeah, they have no depth. They have no scoring. I mean, 3 of their players score 70% of your points, and one of them's overrated. 2 of them over.
And
3 of them overrated. Kansas.
then when they get hurt,
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Sorry, I don't.
No, they've been injured the last week and a half, 2 weeks trying to figure it out. Even if they do get healthy, I just don't trust them to make a deep run. I can see them, of course, winning first game against some low team school, but give them any kind of competition that second game on Saturday and Sunday in the tournament. I think they're out of there. I just don't think they have a player that can go out there and get them a bucket. And
Yeah,
there's
no,
too
it
many
doesn't
times
feel
in the
like it.
tournament when you need somebody to just go get you 3 buckets in a row.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Because yeah, they're just watching that Texas Tech game was the game where I'm like, all right, this ain't Kansas anymore. It's all on 3.5. I'm like, that should be 3.5 should be a gimme if this is the Kansas I know. And then yeah, they have what I think they have 4 total guys in their team pretty much that can like really play, and they're missing I think 1 or 2 of them, so they lose by 30. I mean, if that's the case, I mean that's not going to get you very far in the tournament at all. I want to say Iowa State, man. Iowa State's been insane this year. But you're seeing Houston favored at minus 180 and how good they've been. There's another. I would say one of those two teams for sure, obviously, which is pretty square me, I think, to say. But I would take Iowa State for the odds. But I mean, it's hard to beat Houston, man. Iowa State's just so good, though.
Yeah,
That's my
Iowa
issue. I
State,
like both these teams.
they have to go to Houston soon too. I think that's why Houston is favored as much as they are. I believe
Iowa
Iowa State
State
beat Houston
and
though,
it's,
like 56-55 earlier in the year.
and it's Cincinnati, their first loss in conference play, just a few games ago. Shout out Iowa State on the money line. Easy bet, easy bet. No, but truthfully though, Iowa State has been balling. They're I can't remember what their coach's name is, but that dude might be one of the brick house. Bro's overly buff for no reason. Like I tell you what, he definitely like the team is practicing, and that dude's doing bicep curls the whole practice. Like, all right, boys, we're gonna run a 3-2 square next. We're gonna do full court press, full court press. You boys ready? Yeah, and then he's like, all right, y'all boys ready? And then while they're doing that, he's like, all right, hey, blowing the whistle, telling the court, it's like, all right, y'all better get back to it. Going back to the dips. It's like that boy's buff, man. I can't think. I need to figure out his name real quick because I actually love his name. I can't think of it.
No, I like him, man.
Man,
I like him for sure. I got a sour taste in my mouth anytime I think of Iowa State.
DJ Alstenberger, shout out.
Alstenberger, especially you go in the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could trust Iowa State deep into March. I would say this. I love Baylor this year, and I do like Iowa State. I think, depending on odds, once they come out, I would take one or both of those teams to win the Big 12 conference.
I think I'd probably be with you too on that. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun conference to play in, though, huh? They have what? I think this is the conference like 9 people that are gonna be making it into the tourney. This team in the SEC.
Yeah, and it sucks because it's like, bro, you look at a lot of these teams that's gonna make it. Texas, Oklahoma, they're 5-6, six and
Yeah,
six in conference play.
I don't
It's
know how
just
Texas is gonna make it. By the way,
uh,
sorry to interrupt you. That's unbelievable.
nah,
So how
it's
some of these teams are truly getting in is unbelievable. Like, yes, I get they're playing tougher competition, but
yeah.
all right.
Nah, BYU's number 19th in the country, and they're 6-5 in conference play. This year has totally everything I thought I believed in college basketball. Showed me that I know nothing.
Yeah, it is a weird year. It's just so weird how like it's weird how we give teams credit for losing the good teams sometimes, but then we'll take away from this and that. It's I get how they have a system eventually all works out in the end, occasionally for except for some few years, but it's just weird how it works. Yeah, like now how are 9 teams from the Big 12 going to get in, but only like 6 from the Big 10? Like, but the Big 10 is a lot more. Everyone's saying like the Big 10 is more competitive. This that like it's just strange.
Yeah, I think the Big 12 definitely stolen that title of being the best conference.
Oh, they probably did this year. I was just throwing it out there.
Yeah, nah, yeah, the last decade, I mean, Big Ten has been where it is at. We could talk about the Big East quickly. You got Marquette on an 8-game winning streak. They're going to be taking on UConn this weekend on a 13-game
Woo!
winning
That's
streak.
gonna be a game.
It is going to be a game. Both of these teams, I could see making it Sweet 16. Definitely could see them in the Elite Eight. How deep do you think this Big East conference is? I mean, you go down to Seton Hall, or do you draw the line after Creighton? Is Butler in there at all?
I was gonna say, where's Butler at, man? Butler's
Butler
been
is
playing pretty impressive. They almost beat Marquette, honestly. And I thought, I won't lie, sorry to interrupt you with this again. I thought Marquette played some of the best basketball they played this last week. Like watching their ball movement, watching the way they're playing, it's like, man, this is beautiful basketball. And Butler was right there for them, toe to toe until the very end. So I think honestly, this might be the best conference in college basketball. Like I know what we just said about the Big 12 and how good the Big 12 is with more teams, but this feels like the conference to be in when it comes to college basketball right now. I mean,
nah,
every game you go in, it's competitive. That's one thing I like about the Big Ten is every game you go in, even I know some are blowouts, but a lot of these games are competitive for a long, long time, and then it reaches blowout status. It's very, very hard to see a team just straight up blowing a team out, unless you're UConn, then you just blow out everybody.
no, it's crazy, man. My
Just
number on that game
wax
is
the ball.
yeah, UConn minus 2.5, but I think that's too short. But I can't
It's probably gonna
just
be like 4,
it's Marquette
5
though,
even.
man. Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
I've been surprised with some of these UConn numbers being like 14, 17.
and yeah, I don't. It's crazy. They almost like I want to say like under respect them. It feels like sometimes with some of these numbers. Like only being 24
Yeah.
against DePaul, that damn near probably should have been 30, but I know they aren't going to do it because they don't want people just flooding into DePaul or something like that. But yeah, it feels like it. Shout out UConn, man. UConn's on a roll. It's going to be hard to beat that team.
Nah, man, 23-2. There's only one other team that I can think of with only 2 losses that's in a big conference, and that's Purdue. It's
And
tough
and
to
if you
do.
watch the way they play, yeah, it's impressive, man. Like even I was mad last night at Purdue for like it's like man, you're letting this Minnesota team hang around with you. Then I saw I think about it, it's like yeah, they're 15-8. That's not a horrible team, honestly. Then you just think about it, it's like man, this team's 22-2. They've beaten a lot of teams big by this year. It's like this truly has been impressive. Even though as much as people like hate on Matt Painter and diss Purdue for being Purdue, they have truly had a really impressive season this year. And I think their team's a lot better with like Lance Jones on it. I know we're talking Big East, we aren't talking Purdue, but
No, we can
I think
definitely
they have a
switch it
legit
over to the
shot.
Big Ten because it's the most exciting conference. Big 12 is exciting, but you got the Big Ten. I mean, Purdue's just they're
Can you
doing
even see
something
the
special
conference
this
on
year.
here? I don't think you can.
On
I think
what?
Purdue's going to win it, but the book, I don't see conference winners. I'm trying to find Big Ten. I don't even see it. So I'm assuming that means Purdue has it pretty much locked up. They aren't even giving you betting odds.
Yeah, I don't see the Big Ten either. I mean,
Yeah,
last
no,
I heard, they
I
were
think
like minus 11,000.
I would not be shocked. I mean, there's not another team in the Big. I think the close team in the Big Ten has like 3 or 4 losses, and I think it's Northwestern who's lost them twice. So I think they're guaranteed to win it. I think Purdue has a legit chance this year. I mean, if you watch them, they just need to get. If Fletcher Lawyer took 5 less shots a game, some games, I think they would be one of the best teams in the country. I don't want to diss that boy, man. It might just be me watching him. I feel like every time I watch him, this boy just can't hit the broadside of a barn, man. He hits 1 3 a game, misses like the other 4 or 5 shots he takes. I will admit though, for being how small and wide he is, that boy is aggressive. He's just attacking the rim with like 8 people down there. Like Edie will rebound it.
Yeah.
That's another cheat code for Purdue. It's like no matter what shot they put up, Edie gets. That's their biggest cheat code. They have Zach Edey down there. Like I mean, just last night against Minnesota, I want to say he damn near single handedly won them that game with like tap outs. Like there's multiple possessions Purdue should have gone 1 and out, but Edey just has his arms up and just like flicks his wrist, taps the ball out, lands to Mason Gillis, who just splashes a 3. Like there's, I mean, there's the action that he causes
in the league to me.
Who, Mason Gillis?
Just looking at him,
bro. I'll tell you, I have a story for you once we're done. Well, I'll text you about it later. He's I won't lie, funny ass dude. I tell you what, every time I look at him though, too. I was trying to decide last night. It's like, man, could I see this guy being in the NBA? And then I'm watching him just run on the court. It's like, why is he running like that, man? But he's probably running normal. He just looks like he's gliding out there almost.
He's hilarious.
Dude, that's the way he looked on the court, man. Shout out to him though. He went 4 for 8 for 3 last night. It was huge. But truthfully though, it's insane. Like I mean, with UConn, they're just a great team all around. Purdue, when they play through Edey, is insane. I mean, they were just doing pick and roll action yesterday, pretty much just carving Minnesota alive because they're so worried about Edey that Braden Smith's getting to the rim with these. Shout out Braden Smith, almost having a triple double last night. Mason Gillis wide open in the corner because they're so worried about Edey. This Lance Jones wide open because they're so worried about Edey. That's what's going to be Purdue's biggest secret weapon. As long as Edey doesn't get in foul trouble and the refs are officiating a clean game, we'll be okay. That's another fun thing though too. To end it real quick, I love watching people try to officiate him. There's some games he has 4 fouls, and there's other games like they don't call any on both sides, and he's like bleeding from his arms. It's like there ain't no way that's clean, but
nah, he gets
wild. It's hard to ref him.
Play. It is.
I mean, you can't call it every play because then at a certain point, it's like, all right, TJ Altenberger, you got to come out here. Your whole team's out. It's up to you now. Coach Larinaga, good luck. You got to play the 5.
Dude, it's crazy because we're just talking about how the Big 12 maybe caught the Big 10, but I'm looking at this list of teams on the Big 10, and come tournament time, I think I still trust the Big 10 more than I trust the Big 12.
Every game's competitive. Like Rutgers even. Rutgers last night against Northwestern, holy shit, you want to talk about defense. I mean, they locked Northwestern. Forced like 17 turnovers. Oh, my God. Usually first half, Northwestern's rolling, almost up 15. In the second half, I mean, Rutgers just slammed the door. I mean, they seriously, Boo Booey's not scoring. Barnheiser's not scoring. Nobody's scoring. It's like, oh shit. So they're like that. And that's just Rutgers, who's 12-12, like maybe beating the second best team in the Big 10. It's ridiculous. Shout out the Big 12 and Big 10. Big years for them.
No, yeah, I don't. Rutgers won 4 in a row. They're definitely on a tear. Defense been top 5 all season. Offense finally catching up. It's crazy that they have the exact same record as Indiana.
Indiana's so ass.
I know.
But they have the same record. That's crazy. Are they?
You got Minnesota with the same record as Indiana and Rutgers.
It's a weird Indiana year. I wouldn't say Indiana's trash. They just don't. I don't think they got anybody made pretty much.
No,
it's probably the first time in a while.
For a portal, they were supposed to pick up some big names, and then they had players that came back, and then guys in the transfer portal. I'm not gonna call them soft, but they didn't want to fight for a spot. They just wanted a guaranteed starting spot, and so they went elsewhere.
Oh, it is now.
Yeah, and so instead of having depth at the guard spot and talent, they're just stuck with what they're stuck with, and yeah, it is a weird year. You got teams like Illinois that only play like 6 players, and they're 9-4. 2.5 games back from Purdue. They're in second place right now. They play Maryland tomorrow. I got a sneaky feeling that Maryland might. Maryland's at home. Maryland's a scary team. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I can see Maryland upsetting Illinois tomorrow.
Illinois is just one of those weird teams where it's like you expect, like they should be good. They're going to matchups like, all right, and they're going to cover 4 games out of 5, but it's that 5th game where they just either don't cover, they straight up just lose because they have a really weird game. That's the only thing that bothers me with Illinois.
Yeah, their best player gets on my nerves too. Just looking at him, I feel like
I can't blame you.
I've just been wanting to slap this man.
Hey man, I feel you. So he has a smackable face. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I love Brad Underwood though. Shout out to Brad coming from Nacogdoches, Texas.
Big bad Brad.
Yeah, Wisconsin too, man. I mean, they're up and down. Wisconsin is the team I would fade the most come tournament time. I'd probably fade them first game and
game. Oh my God! I mean, I might shout the boy's name out this time. Man, getting to the rim at ease with Michigan. The number Trace comes in, shoots 3 threes. They turn the ball once, 23-4 run, pretty much. 19-4, whatever the hell that shit was. Minnesota, when they play bad, they truly play bad. It's horrible to watch. I mean, they went on like a 5-game stretch of pretty much going like 10 for 55, 100 from three. I mean, they couldn't. I mean, boy, you would have thought you were at the YMCA at like 3 p.m. watching all the old dudes play. I mean, they weren't making shit. That's bad when it comes to tournament time. And yeah, and then when they don't, then their defense pretty much started playing bad because they were not gonna say they were like upset or anything, but them boys didn't have smiles on their faces when they got back on D. And sure enough, that D wasn't too good. I tell you what. Not gonna say those correlate, but
Hell yeah. Man, there's a big game in the Mountain West tonight. Everybody in the Mountain West is plus money. The favorite is Utah
I was
State
about to
at
say
plus 130.
that's the conference.
This is going to be the first year they get, I think, 6 teams in.
They're projected right now 6.
Yeah. Colorado State's the only one I feel like is just hanging on by a thread. Everybody else, I think, is kind of in this thing. They're going to be in the tournament. You got the running Rebels of Las Vegas surprising everybody this year. I don't know what to think though. Come tournament time, this conference usually gets abolished in the first round. Um, but I don't know. This season they got some teams, man. A lot of teams. They got, like I said, 6 teams with at least 19 wins. It's crazy. UNLV's on
Yeah.
a 5-game winning streak right now.
Yeesh. Yeah, no, I couldn't tell you, man. This is the one conference where it's like I have no idea. This is gonna be pretty much just a fun watch, like you said. I'm just curious who's gonna end up winning their conference tourney, who's gonna get the automatic bid, what's gonna happen to some of these other teams, where are they gonna end up. This is gonna be fun because these are gonna be. I don't want to say the first. I think there's gonna be a lot of teams. People are like, oh yeah, they're getting upset by this team. I think there's a lot of upset potential, but it might be on the opposite end where a lot of people think these upsets are gonna happen, and all of a sudden we're looking at the second weekend and we got 4 of the 6 Midwest, or yeah, 6 Midwest,
Mountain West.
Mountain West teams. Sorry, I don't know why I said Midwest.
Nah, you good. Now I can see that. And then you got San Diego State right in the middle of it. They're playing excellent basketball the last week. I mean, they just held Colorado State in the second half to 11 points.
Yeesh, that's scary.
It was 44 to
Scary
30.
defense.
They're down 14 at the half. No, it's yeah, and the game ends 55 like 70. They just go like 30 to 11 in the second half.
Oh my god, that's some scary defense. That's literally basically what Rutgers did to Northwestern last night. But this sounds like it was on steroids.
Bro, when I
Northwestern at
saw
least
that,
scored more than 7.
I've never been more baffled in my life. And the first thing I said was San Diego State's going back to the championship. But it just seems so
They-
crazy to take a dog, this big of a dog, and expect him to do it 2 years in a row.
right, especially in the tournament like March Madness, when anything can happen because it's not basketball, it's just madness.
Nah, yeah. I like New Mexico a lot, man. Watch out for New Mexico. I think they got the guards to play anybody in March.
Are they the Lobo? Are they the Lobos?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out the Lobos.
The last conference I want to talk about,
The Sec,
yeah, it's one of the most intriguing ones. You got about 3 or 4 teams,
another plus money.
5 or 6 teams. I know. If you listen to the show, I gave out Alabama at plus 800 and Auburn at plus 900 before the season. Got tickets on both of those. They're now the 2 favorites at plus 130, plus 210. And then you
I
got
listened, didn't take it. That's why I'm mad over here. Listen, didn't take it.
And then you got Tennessee at plus 230. They're the 3rd favorite. And then there's a huge drop before you get to South Carolina. I know a lot of people are on Florida. They're one of the only teams,
Why?
one out of 5 teams in the country that doesn't have a loss outside of the quad one. Florida's very underrated, very sneaky. A lot of talent on their team, plus 4,000. I mean, I could see them being in a chance the last weekend looking at schedules. But I still like
You watched that?
Kentucky. I don't know why. I took them before the season at plus 500. Took them again the other day at plus 6,000. They're 5,500 right now.
Do you think there's a realistic shot they win it?
They'd have to win out, but
That's gonna make it a little tough. The only reason I know I'm scared of Florida. Did you see the LSU game yesterday or like 2 nights ago? I mean,
I
Florida
did.
should have lost. Florida was like up, I think almost 14 or 15 at one point. And I'm literally
Oh
watching. I
yeah,
literally
you text me
we
about
texted
it.
about.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll explain this real quick for people who don't know. Florida's up 14 or 15 at one point. I'm literally I saw LSU plus 15. I'm like, LSU's, I'm pretty sure booty trash. My buddy told me. I'm not going to look at that. Sure enough, later I come back. LSU has a chance to win it. Like it's getting closer and closer and closer. And all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, they might win this. Took LSU on the money line at like plus 400, 500, whatever. All of a sudden it's 80-82. LSU should have damn near won the game. They cross over the dude. Dude has a wide open layup, passes it back, gets the ball back, and obviously he was too damn wide open. Didn't realize how much time was left. Buttholes too clenched. Boy was shaking like a skeleton. I mean, seriously. I mean, you want to talk about short arming a layup. This boy tried to do a floater, hit the under part of the rim pretty much. Wide open layup to like tie the game to go to overtime. I mean, LSU literally about walked down Florida for being up big. That's the only thing that scares me. So then you go to South Carolina. That was a team I liked for a bit. Just got that ass waxed by Auburn. So it's like, oh, all right. So they ain't legit like that. Like they're good, but they ain't that good.
Yeah, I've been waiting all season for South Carolina to kind of fall back to the median, and they haven't done it yet. We'll see what happens.
Plus 11.5 was a gimme. Like these books are dumb.
Yeah,
ass waxed by 40. Man, yeah, there. You want to talk about going back to the mean? Yeesh, boy. They were having a rough little slide. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I don't know who between Auburn and Alabama though, but it's gonna be a fun little race. Even Tennessee has a small chance, I would think, but I don't know how they're don't connect, man. That's the only thing.
Nah, I mean Alabama's 9-2. You got South Carolina and Auburn both at 9-3, and then Tennessee's at 8-3, only a half game back, one full game back from Alabama. I mean anything can happen. All of these teams play each other, and then right behind them, you got Kentucky and Florida both at 7-4. I mean Kentucky and Florida they could realistically win the next 5 games, and that last game, who knows?
I might have to
South
take Kentucky.
It sucks. I got 2 tickets on them and I hate it. But I was looking at schedules and I felt like they had the best chance. They got Alabama at home. A lot of these teams got some tough road games coming up. I mean, even Florida, they got a pretty. I mean, South Carolina has a pretty easy schedule relatively, but they do have to host Tennessee. They do have to host Florida.
Ooh.
Luckily, they're at home for both of those games, but they have to go on the road against a tough Texas A&M and Ole Miss team. But I mean, South Carolina has a pretty easy schedule if you take out the Tennessee and Florida game. These last 6, um, I could look at up real quick. Florida, they have Georgia, and then they travel to Alabama, Vandy, Missouri, travel to South Carolina, host Alabama. So I mean, technically, Alabama can kind of get them out of there just by winning both of those games. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, no, that's interesting. I don't. This is gonna be fun. So this in the Mountain West are the two conferences pretty much. They're gonna be the fun little races to watch at the end of the season.
Yeah, the last 3 weeks, man. This is where I should be. This is where my eyes are gonna be. I mean, of course, I got tickets on, like I said, Bama and Auburn at around plus 850, 900. I got Kentucky at plus 6,000, plus 500. So I'll be excited if any one of those 3 teams win. I'm gonna be mad if Tennessee comes out of nowhere. Alabama does
Yeah.
have a tough schedule though. I mean, they still got a host Florida, go on the road against Kentucky, go on the road to get Ole Miss. Uh, Play Florida twice, obviously, and then they host Tennessee.
You said who was that for?
Alabama
Mm.
play Florida twice, play Tennessee,
Yep.
Ole Miss.
Pretty much, they'll probably clinch after if they assuming they win all these. They probably clinch well after that Tennessee game.
Yeah. And now this is the reason I'm out on Tennessee. After you play these next 2 Cake games, you got a Texas A&M, Auburn, Alabama, South Carolina, Kentucky. That's the
Ooh,
last
that's a
5 games
little
for
rough.
Tennessee.
Yeah, that's a little rough. Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be a rough one for Tennessee. I don't know. Yeah, I would probably lean. I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably still lean either Alabama, but honestly, after what I saw Auburn do to South Carolina, Auburn just has been sneaky good, I guess, all season because I haven't really heard a word too much about them. They've just been really good.
Um, all but one of their wins is by double digits.
Oh, that's
So,
semi concerning. Also,
undefeated at home. They go on the road and I don't know. I like Auburn, but I don't
well,
believe
I'd
them.
only be. I was about to say I'd only be scared of them playing close games now because they have basically no close game experience. It's almost worse. I'd almost rather play all. I mean, as much as it sucks playing close games, honestly. I mean, so happened with the Chiefs. The Chiefs played a lot of close games this year, and look how it turned out for them. They were ready for them, and then sure enough, the Niners they played. I feel like in a little bit more blows out. Didn't didn't perform too well. There's something that goes with having experience playing in a lot of these close games. You don't get
No,
nervous.
definitely.
Ball hole doesn't get tight. I
You
mean,
know the
obviously for Super Bowl
rules.
too. Yep, you know the rules, man. That hot mic. Have you watched some of those videos of the after when they have mic? Man, I didn't know that we both get the ball. Man, you can't say that in the middle of a game when you know everything's mic'd up, cameras looking at you, huge check.
Bro, that was
Man,
Houston Tech. That's a bad look. You're a veteran too,
that's a
and you're
Harvard
a
guy.
rookie.
That's an Ivy League guy too. God damn, making us white people look bad. Now we dumb and unathletic.
It's crazy because it's like, bro, you gotta know the rules, bro. You're playing the game.
Sounds like they need. You heard what the Chiefs did. They literally had a guy who went over rules like multiple times throughout the year to let them know, like, hey, this is what we do. The Ernie Adams, we'll call him it. That's what the Patriots had. They had a guy who literally basically knew all the rules. He'd come in. How do we spice it up? Hey, this is what this rule is. We got to know it. They were practicing it, practicing the overtime rules. That's a team that, once you hear shit like that, that's what makes you realize, like, oh, so yeah, the 49ers, like, they didn't really stand a chance when you hear stuff like that, just the preparation of it. And that's what's awesome about leading into college basketball, too. Some of these teams and their preparation and everything. Like, you can trust Auburn with their coach. They're going to be prepped. Alabama with their coach. They're most likely going to be prepped, even though I know they had some off court issues last year. But other than that, I think he's been a pretty solid coach. I can't think of the dude's name, but I've been really impressed with what I've seen, especially from Auburn and Alabama's coach, even Tennessee's.
Yeah, I love Bruce Pearl, man, over there at Auburn.
Bruce Pearl's a man. I love Bruce Pearl.
I can't think of Alabama's coach either. I always get him and Arkansas's coach mixed up for some reason. They both like Eric Musselman.
Oh, they look the same. Yeah, you're exactly right. Except the
I
Arkansas
always
guy takes his shirt off, doesn't he?
they huh?
I think the Arkansas guy is the one that takes his shirt off all the time, right?
I don't even know, man. They both the same person in my head, though. I just both call them
They
Eric
look,
Musselman.
I'm not gonna lie, they look the exact same in my head too. Except I just feel like I think it's the Arkansas coach like had a thing where he just took his shirt off like 8 times last year, so that just became like his gimmick. Like, all right,
Hell yeah.
what? Nah, you're exactly right. They look the same to me now in my head too. Damn it, that's insane. That's insane. I'm seeing them side by side. It's like, holy shit, that's the same person.
Yeah, nah, it blows my mind.
Yeah, man. I don't know though for this conference. This is gonna be really, really fun to watch.
Yeah, Eric
Sounds like they all
Musselman.
play each other too.
Yeah,
Also, man,
it's Eric Musselman. Yeah,
shout out.
he's Arkansas. That's the only name I know though. I don't know Alabama's coach's name.
You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna know it right away. But yeah, I only know it because I said it a good amount last year
Oh
because
yeah,
the issue
Nate
with the one
Oates.
kid. Oh, yep. I just only remember it because last year because they had to talk about the one kid that had. I'm not going to go into details again, obviously, because now it's behind us. But the one kid had his issues last year in Alabama, and I just remember hearing about Nate all the time and how he handled it.
Yeah, pretty trash. But yes, sir. Man, we're getting
Behind
into
us,
the nitty gritty of college hoops, baby.
the madness. It's coming.
Yeah, we got about 6 games left for all these teams, 7 for a few of them. It's gonna be a fun 3 weeks, and then my favorite week is championship week. I love the big tournament, but I love all the conference tournament. And this is the last year we actually get to have the magic of the conference tournaments.
Oh
Next
yeah,
year,
no more
you get
automatic bids.
nah, you only get the cream of the crop. You don't get the DePauls and Virginia Techs and
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no more like you automatically get in no matter what because in your conference they're going to start cutting people off. Just sucks. I mean, they're literally going to like ruin some basketball programs because of that.
yeah,
Like, I would not be shocked.
as long as you got a fighting chance and you got an uppercut, you're in the fight.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like programs like DePaul that have been struggling for a while. Like that was truly their only chance. It felt like to be like, all right, we can win like 1 or 2 games, and all of a sudden that makes some noise. Maybe get some guys. Now they're pretty much just going to go what 3 and like 20 something every year, and now not even playing the tournament. So people are going to not even know it's a college.
Yeah, they're not even going to be mentioned in the Big East. And
No, pretty
honestly,
much.
in 4 or 5 seasons, they probably won't even be in the Big East. I mean, they're about to only get down to like, I think they're about to knock it down. I don't know. All
That's what
these
scares me the most.
conferences, yeah,
Like getting rid of. They're going to start getting rid of teams here soon. Like I know this isn't bringing the college football real quick. Like they Kurt Cignetti signed with Indiana. The Hoosiers signed Kurt Cignetti because I think they're a really smart team. They're starting to realize like, oh shit, if we don't win, like we're gonna get kicked out of the Big Ten. They're gonna get relegated somewhere else because at a certain
yeah,
point it's gonna be like you're gonna be like, damn, we have too many conferences. We have to start getting rid of some of the bottom teams. And I mean, like Nebraska's probably gonna stay because they're like a blue blood of college football. think about it in basketball terms too. It's gonna go when it happens to football. It's gonna happen to basketball too. Eventually, be like, man, we got a little bit too many teams. All of a sudden, like you said, the Paul going 3-20. It's like you're wasting a spot in the Big East. Get the hell out. Go to the Midwest or Mountain West or something like that.
Hell no, they're gonna be in
Figure out
Conference
states.
USA.
Yeah, Conference USA, shit like that. It's gonna be sad, man. Like that's the part that's gonna scare me the most. Like there's gonna be a day where we see like a Purdue, an IU, a Butler, even potentially one of these schools that's been biggest name in their conference for not the biggest name, but a big name in their conference for a long time get relegated just simply because now there's too many names because money talks.
No, it's a sad.
Sad, man.
This is the last year. That's why I'm kind of trying to cherish it as much as possible. Probably won't even be watching sports come August, man.
It's gonna be really weird next year in the college world. It's gonna be so strange. I mean, you see all the college football coaches trying to get out now because of how much NIL has changed all that and everything. I mean, college is a mess right now. I saw a tweet that summed up NIL perfectly. And I know we aren't talking too much about NIL. It's like we went from giving kids money for showing up in car commercials to now we're pretty much like, all right, we got to save $1 million so we can pay this quarterback. We aren't going to get him. It's insane. I don't know if you saw the same tweet. You could have been the one that retweeted it. I saw it pop up. It's truly sad, man. Like, literally, we went from giving kids, like, hey, you should get paid for, show up in this car commercial to help out the school. We'll give you like $40 or something for that. Please, yes, come sign autographs for the fans at Purdue and we'll give you money. So now it's like, all right, we have to save up $10,000 each month, start $30,000 each week like this. So that way we're able to hopefully get lucky and, buy this quarterback that we so desperately need because we can't keep R2 because R2 is going to go transfer out somewhere. Like there's a kid who literally won a bowl game for I forget what team it was. One of the first opening bowl game weekends. He was already in the transfer portal. He would end up being the starter after he played that game, but he's already in the transfer portal about to leave because he wants money. It's just got college sports are becoming.
No,
They're
there's
becoming a
definitely
mess.
a happy medium, bro. I feel like
There should be.
we could have gave these kids, I don't know, $1 million is crazy. $100,000 is crazy. Like these kids were getting literally nothing 2 years ago.
Now they're getting everything.
We could have literally just gave them free Chipotle for a year, like anything.
Oh,
They
like
didn't need $100,000.
I tell you what, you sign me to a cane deal, canes for like as long as I'm signed with them, free canes at least once a day, bro. I'd be happy. I bet you there'd be so many kids. You tell them like, hey, you sign a deal with Xbox, we'll give you like 2 Xboxes, you get a free game every month. Half of these gonna be like, shit, all right, sounds good to me. It's just they went so to the extreme now that and you know what sucks? It's gonna be hard to bring it back down now because it'll be hard to tell the next generation like, hey, sorry, we gave all these guys millions, but we got to fix it now. So we're getting fucked.
Look at Memphis basketball.
It's bad.
11 transfers. All of them getting $100,000. None of them give a damn about playing.
I think that's the part that sucks most. We're seeing it with UConn. Like people have heart for the. When you have heart for the name on the front of your jersey and not just the name on your back, that's when sports are great. Sports all of a sudden become not great when you start playing for the number and the name on the back and not what's up here. And yes, don't get me wrong. I understand there's a name back there you got to take care of, but this should matter, I think, most of all.
Yeah. If you take care of the front, the back will get taken care of at the end of the day. Same thing with Hunter Dickinson. I mean, look at it. Why'd you go to Kansas? They paid me the most. And trash. Big trash. He's not there to win. He's there to get paid, bro.
In his defense, I would get the hell out of Michigan too. So I can't blame him too much. But.
Yeah. Just the motive of why'd you go to Kansas? Because they paid me the most. That's your answer. And
I mean, to be fair, at least Kansas
has about Texas.
Man, kids are dumb. Like that, yeah. Like you expect to get the full $1 million? Hell no. Government going to take at least half that shit. Dumbass kids, I'll tell you what. You know what's crazy? The taxes wouldn't be nearly as bad if they were making less. But I'm like I said, I want to take money out of kids' pockets. I definitely do the things they deserve to get paid. But this it's a mess. All these conferences.
I never thought they deserve to get paid.
I mean, they should do. I mean, honestly, I wish they would give more towards scholarships too. Like, hey, we'll pay for your book fees, we'll pay for this stuff like that. But I understand that that's not what
they should get food free, books free, everything should be free. You want a scholarship, you're getting a free education.
Mm-hmm. And it shouldn't be like partial. Like I agree with you. It shouldn't be like, oh, we only have like 8 full rides, so you gotta pay for your meals, but these 8 guys don't. It should be like everyone, but NIL could be good for that. But no, it's Ferrari. We need to buy kids Ferraris and Lambos. Deion's son driving around a $300,000 Bentley, shit like that. Which is like, hey, I understand Pop's got money, but well, yeah. But
the fact that it's coming from NIL money is just it's disgusting to me, man. it no longer puts value on the education that you're supposed to be getting. It's just
Yeah, 'cause-
strictly you're a professional basketball player now.
yep,
Oh, but guess what? You're trash and you're not going to the NBA. So this is the last big check you're going to get the rest of your life. You better get your damn degree so you can get a damn job. If not, this $100,000 we gave you is going to be gone in a year.
yep. And that's what's killing kids now is they're just trying to bounce, like they're bouncing around, getting all this money. It's like you realize credits don't transfer, right? For some schools, there's some schools where credits don't transfer, so these kids will bounce around for 4 years. All of a sudden, it's like you only got like 30 credits. You need to get like another 50 to graduate. But yeah, it's a whole thing. We've already gone too long. We don't got to keep getting into it. I know you got somewhere to be today too. We don't got to keep going because we could spend a whole off season show on this damn near.
No, it's depressing. It's heartbreaking. It's the game's ruined. Kids are ruined. It's no longer let's work my ass off to get to the league. It's I'm straight.
Work my ass.
Now they're gonna be 30 years old working at Burger King talking about some man. I used to have the Hellcat with the boy, oh boy.
Man, you need to teach
But
these
anyway,
guys how to manage their money, not just giving them a shit ton of money.
hey, gotta go to class for that. No, I'm playing. I hate it. I hate what the college game has turned into, both
Why go
football
to
and
class when you can
basketball.
get ass? That's what the athletes say.
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
it's sad, man. You're exactly right. This shit's sad.
and then we got kids that's damn near got kicked out of school for accepting McDonald's back in '97.
Give Reggie his Heisman, god damn it.
Thank you. Shout
Just
out
for,
to Reggie Bush, man.
I mean, that's
Going,
what sucks. They're never gonna give Reggie back his Heisman, but these kids are making like triple what he made. Bo was just trying to get his house. Bro just got his house for his family. That was all his daddy's work. Man, give Reggie back his Heisman. Damn it.
yeah, most overrated, but he does deserve the Heisman.
You're like, yeah. He's like, yeah, he deserves it, but bow, he sucks.
Hey,
Quick jack.
I mean that's the thing. For his college career, he should have the Heisman to show that he was the greatest college football player of the year and one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, yeah. The
He got a
former
Super
Saint.
Bowl ring
Shout
at
out.
least.
Yeah,
Shout out
that's
to
true.
him.
Shout out Reggie. It's more him or Drew, but we don't gotta get into that.
Oh, Reggie had about 7 yards in that game, I think. Nah, I'm playing. Reggie Bush, man.
Shout out.
Shout out to Reggie Bush. But yeah, man, thank you for coming on. We definitely went longer than we expected. But I appreciate you
Yeah.
coming on a little early for me.
Hell yep. Yeah, I realized that too. I looked down, I was like, damn, we went a little bit too long. Got a little bit too much on those tangents on the NBA and on the NIL.
Yes, sir.
I do appreciate it though. Can't wait for next week. It's gonna be a fun one.
Nah, yeah, we'll have a lot more to
Oh,
talk about next week and the week after.
closest to the madness too. Yeah. Shout out to Caitlin Clark as well. I mean, she's dangerous.
One of the greats. You can kind of see her right here in the corner.
Just barely. But yeah, you'll be able to see her when I'm gone. But yeah, hell yeah. I do appreciate it, by the way. Hope the rest of the show goes well. Let's get it. Let's get this money, man. Yeah. My football plays. Just kidding. There's no football. See everybody next week.
Yes, sir. My dog, JCP. Let's get to these Saturday plays real quick and get the hell on up out of here. We're going to go Syracuse, a -2 and a hook. We're going to go Michigan State, -4 and a hook. We're going to go Alabama, -4 and a hook. Virginia, -4.5. Creighton, -3.5. Rich what? Richmond, -2.5. It's a lot smoother without reading the opponents. I know. Yeah, I want the opponents. Give me Houston, -3. Florida, -4. Dayton, -7 and a hook. North Carolina, -6.5. Duke, -5.5. We're going to go BYU, -3.5. UMass, baby, -2 and a hook. Give me Colgate by double digits, -9. Akron, oh yeah, we're talking about Akron basketball, baby, -6.5. Give me Wisconsin, -1.5. Think they need to get back in rhythm. Think they have a close game this weekend. Think they barely escape. UConn, baby. I'm gonna take them at home -2 and a hook. Uh Merrimack. Almost couldn't even read it. I haven't seen that school. We're gonna take Merrimack up to -5. Vermont, one of my favorite teams this year, -5 in the hook. Give me South Carolina. I keep waiting on them to lose. Keep waiting on them to lose. And they just not losing. Give me South Carolina -4. We're going to go Illinois. This is the one I'm the least confident in. I think Maryland has a chance to upset them. But Illinois, the number I have is -3.5. But I might take Maryland plus some points in this game. I might even take Maryland on the money line. Utah State, baby, -2 and a hook. Auburn, -2 and a hook. Grand Canyon University by double digits, -9 and a hook. And then Gonzaga, baby, -17.5. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. It's Captain by a Hook, presented by Stare Down Sports. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful, beautiful Friday. This is episode 300, 61 degrees outside, and a light rain. The 16th of February. Again, thank y'all for everything. Please take all of these wagers at your own risk. And please, please, please gamble responsibly. Dobbs.